Nurse Heart Attack. This is my patient, Ava Block. Today we are going to teach her. She's been diagnosed with first degree AV block. And I'm going to teach her how it can lead to different degree blocks and how that's bad for your heart. So, Ava, how much do you know about blocks?
Absolutely nothing.
Well, that's good. I'm going to teach you. She looks eager to learn. But the sad thing is she has ADD, so she can't pay attention. We're going to make this fun and interesting so she learns about her blocks. She's crazy. Hi, I'm Jamie.
And I'm Amy.
I am the P wave. I represent how the atrium squeeze together in the heart.
And I'm QRS complex, and I represent how the ventricles squeeze together in the heart.
Today we are going to be teaching you about blocks. Blocks can occur from MI, CAD, drugs, and all kinds of stuff. Normal heart communicates like this. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
And you see how the atrium squeeze and then the ventricle squeeze. And now we're going to be talking about blocks. First degree AV block is a normal rate and rhythm, but a lengthened PR interval. That means by the time I respond and she responds. So it looks a little bit like this. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
See how it was prolonged? This is not serious until it becomes a higher degree block, and there's usually no treatment.
Our second degree AV block type 1, aka Mobitz 1 or Winkenbach, is where when there is a progressive lengthening in the PR interval with an occasional blocked or dropped QRS complex. And it goes a little like this.
Hi, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
Hi, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
Hi, how are you today? Hi, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
You see, we communicated longer and longer every time, and then occasionally she just didn't answer. Second degree AV block type 2, aka Mobitz 2, is normal PR interval with the occasional blocked QRS complex or dropped QRS complex. But when the QRS complex is present, it's a little bit widened. It goes a little bit like this. Hi, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
Hi, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
Hi, how are you today? Hi, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
See, her response was lengthened every time, and then occasionally she didn't respond at all.
Third degree AV block is where the P wave and the QRS complex don't communicate at all. And it goes a little like this.
Hi, how are you today?
Good, how are
Hi,
you?
how are you
Good, how are
today?
you? Good, how are you?
Hi, how are you today? Hi, how are you today?
Good, how are you? Good, how are you?
Hi, how are you today?
Good,
Hi, how are you today? Hi, how are you today? You get it? We don't communicate at all. These are the different kinds of blocks. Sometimes there's no treatment. Other times there's generally a temporary pacemaker that is eventually replaced by a permanent pacemaker to fix the heart's communication. Now we are going to evaluate how Ava Block took in all of this education. Okay, now. Hi, we're back here with Nurse Heart Attack with Miss AV Block. We're going to see how well she took in this educational film. Miss Ava Block, how much do you know about the blocks now?
A little bit.
What do you know about the blocks? Did you take in anything?
I know that some of the blocks don't need treatment and some of the blocks need pacemakers.
As you can see, Ava Block, her weakness was her ADD. She couldn't pay attention. She didn't take in much of the lesson. But we're going to have a follow-up date with her nurse. And in the meantime, she's going to sign this paper showing that she watched our video and that she understands she's going to have a follow-up date.